CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson joining us now. So, Jessica, that's the big question. What does this mean for fans who have already bought tickets? And so then how do they get refunds or compensation?
So it's a great question. We just heard part of the answer. I think for people who are hoping to see a check in the mail in the next day or two or weeks or months, that's not going to happen. What we have here is the jury verdict. Now it goes to the federal judge to determine exactly what the remedies are. Now, I think you can expect that the remedies will include a lot of monetary damages that these states will get. But that doesn't mean that the money goes straight to the consumers. I think first what we'll see is the judge considering all the remedies that are available, then making a determination about how much the states will get, and then that money likely will be earmarked for consumers as well. But in terms of huge refunds on a quick basis, that unfortunately I think is not on the horizon.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. And who knows how much those refunds would be. But let's talk about buying tickets. Could we see prices and fees drop now?
So yes, and I'm going to come with the same kind of raining on the parade answer here, which is, but probably nothing huge happens in the short term. Again, in terms of how much this changes our ticket buying experience, that's really going to depend on the remedy that the federal judge imposes. If obviously the only remedy is just monetary penalties, which I don't expect, but then that's not going to change our ticket buying experience that much. If you have other remedies that include even the most aggressive remedy, which is breaking up Live Nation and Ticketmaster, then absolutely that could increase competition and that could ultimately bring down ticket prices. We, of course, need to remember that when it comes to ticket prices, this is not just Live Nation and Ticketmaster driving the prices. It's also based on supply and demand and things like how popular the artists that you're going to see, how popular those artists are.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, so could we see the company broken up or restricted in some way?
So we could, and there are a menu of options for the judge. We've been talking about some of those. One of them is just monetary penalties. I think it's going to be more than that. I think for sure what we'll see is some sort of behavioral changes, saying to Live Nation, you can't have these exclusive contracts. You can't threaten venues when they're going to use competitors. You can't force people to use Ticketmaster. And those behavioral changes could, to be clear, make a significant change. Then you could also see something more akin to a partial breakup or divestment, where you're asking Live Nation not to control the promotion, the venues, and the ticketing. And then, of course, as we talked about, the most aggressive option would be to force a full divestment, a full breakup of Live Nation and Ticketmaster.
And before we get too excited, there will be an appeals process, I assume, too, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about months, frankly, if not years for the remedy. And then we're talking about an appeals process as well. Absolutely.
All right. Jessica Levinson. Jessica, thank you.